Hello everyone. Welcome to my global talk show, Pe Charcha, on transforming yourself with NLP. Myself, Dimple Ahuja, an international NLP trainer and a life coach, PMP exam coach, yoga and Reiki practitioner. Today I have a very interesting person for you, Mitakshara. Mitakshara, she is from Mumbai, India. Hi Mitakshara.
Hi
Welcome.
Dimple, how are you doing?
Good, good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Dimple, for inviting me on your talk show here, Chai Pe Charcha. So yes, I'm ready with my cup of tea, willing to be a part of this
It's
invigorating conversation.
We can anytime meet for tea. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Mitakshara is a tarot card reader. She's a coach, she's a consultant, and a trainer. Thank you so much, Mitakshara, for joining in for a cup of tea and discussing with me a very, very interesting thing about your tarot as well. So,
Thank
Mitakshara, you have done NLP practitioner course with me, and you are a certified NLP trainer, or certified NLP practitioner and a life coach, and you are helping others in various fields, right?
Yes.
So, I just want to know how NLP is helping you in tarot card reading and in your other ways.
Okay. So thank you, Dimple, for putting across such an important question. I would like to start by introducing how I started my tarot journey, first of all.
Mhm.
So this dates back to 2011, where I was just young in my career, and I used to go all across the city from one end to the other on every non-working Saturday, and that is where my tarot journey began. It was a long, long journey for me. I took almost 6 to 8 months to master the cards, master the different spreads and all. Because that trainer of mine, he taught me with all stories and everything, which is really ingrained those meanings in my head. So what happened is I was doing this as a hobby. I never thought I would go professionally. But as and when I used to see things around me, or when people started asking me to read for them, that is when I started realizing that there is a very strong connection of tarot with the mindset and the psyche of people.
Okay.
Tarot often predicts what is going to happen depending upon what the person chooses to think and act on it. And that is where I started connecting the dots, and I started realizing that wow, this can be made for organizations, this is useful for people, their interpersonal relationships, the way they interact, whether it is two peers, two colleagues, or it could be between a boss and an employee.
Mhm.
And that is where I started really focusing on that particular direction.
Okay.
Now, fast forward to 2019, that is where I started my journey as an independent consultant, which was mostly into business operations. And because I come from the background of project management, which was my role where I played in my corporate career.
That's
So there
what,
is where
Mitakshara, that is where we connect so well because you were also into project management, and I'm also into project management training corporates for the project management preparatory course. And then I was into yoga and Reiki. You came in and joined in Tarot. And I think we gelled on so well while doing
correct.
NLP also because in an NLP, but how NLP has helped you personally in
So
your
I'll
life?
tell you. So when I started looking at my own personality traits, it
Mhm.
showed me a picture about myself as to how I was reacting, how I was behaving, about how I thought and all. And then coming to NLP, and when I was doing my consulting work and all, I came across a concept of neuro linguistic programming, and I started reading more a bit, and then I went into the full-fledged thing after a couple of years. So now coming to NLP, as we all know, it talks about the rewiring of your mindset, your thought process. And it starts with how people interact using the different senses like VAKOG, and especially focusing on the visual, auditory, and on the kinesthetic and all. So there is where when I started reading cards and all for people, I started realizing that most of them, they started coming to me with their relationship related problems. That what does she think about me? Why is she not responding? Why is he not responding? So there were a couple of cases where I realized that one person wants to speak a lot while other person wants to send a lot of cards, and their love languages, as we would call them, are different. So there where we said that okay, instead of the love languages, look at the belief systems, look at the values, and also look at what how are you communicating? If you are constantly messaging and sending pictures, maybe they want to listen to you,
Yeah.
you know or vice versa. So this is a first connection which I could see in tarot and neuro linguistic programming.
Okay.
And then going on further, which I think I've also done this thing under you, where you've spoken about the neurological levels according to the Robert Dell's pyramid. So there is where a lot of congruence is required between the bottom layer and the top
Yeah,
layer.
NLP works on limiting belief, the behavior patterns,
Absolutely.
and congruency is the most important thing. If you're not congruent with yourself, your unconscious mind,
Correct.
mindset. You took a topic which I am doing a series also, mid transformation series, wherein we are talking about in midlife what all is happening, and therein we are also talking about the mindset. So mindset is also there in tarot, and it is also there in NLP.
Absolutely. And I will share one example with you and how this belief system really works. So there was one lady who would come to me, and she was a very aggressive kind of personality. And she asked me what is there in cards for me, because I already have one particular business. I'm already doing content writing, and I will also have junior content writers under me. But now I want to open my business of a home chef. So how will the things be for me right now? So for me, the cards and even the phase that she was going through was important, where I said that, look, you have a strong belief that you can succeed, and you will. However, it is not just a belief system. Sometimes you also have to look at the phase that you're going through, and her personality at that particular time had needed to really cool down and strategize for the future, because anyways the next year was going to be very, very dynamic. So I told her that yes, you have beliefs, you have your values and all, but don't overdo them. You
Yeah.
know,
You know what?
don't.
When we do one is to one coaching, whenever I do one is to one coaching, the main issue with everyone when they come up with the problem, and that too, we don't ask them as it is NLP's content free. What you talk about values and beliefs, na, that is very important. We need to rearrange the values and the belief system what they are having, especially the
Absolutely.
values. If you rearrange your values, and you will see the world in a different way, and your mindset
Absolutely.
will change. So even I do
Absolutely.
that with my kids also. When I ask them, okay, what is more important for you? And then rearranging the values with the help of NLP has helped people so, so, so much.
Absolutely. And when you have these belief systems, especially at the workplace,
Yeah.
where boss is rude.
Yeah.
Now, this is the belief system which is there. And there was one querent who mentioned that, okay, he wants to change the job, he wants to change the job. So I said that, look, in the next 3 months, you will come across a situation where you will get the job. But is it really going to serve your purpose? Will you like the job? That is an altogether different thing. So what stops you from remaining in the same company? He's like, no, boss is not working, boss is not willing to talk to me. I said, is it could be your belief, the way you are looking at it, because you are secretive, you are not opening up yourself. But you know what, Dimple, is I gave him a combination of these values, beliefs, and this tarot, the personality type, and with the predictions, of course. And after 6 months, he came back to me on that platform, and he said that it's good that I didn't change the job, because now I spoke to my boss. I really opened up. I went beyond my mental blocks,
Yeah.
and now I have a promotion.
That is very good. So NLP and tarot card reading and project management,
Absolutely.
it's all giving you a very good combination. And keep on seeing you. You are doing really well. And I wish you all the very best, Mitakshara, in whatever
Thank
you
you.
do. And you are one of my very great participants, because I always appreciate you. And I always say the language and the tonality which you use, I really, really love that.
Thank you. And one more thing I would like to mention over here, Dimple, when in 2019, when I went on to do my management development program from IIM Lucknow. Now, this was for business excellence. And the director was of the institute that time. She is a doctorate in psychology. So there is also where the leadership development that is required. We were taught one test called the Driscoll Exine test and all, that helps us to look at the personality types. Now, these personality types combined with the life path numbers, which can be counted with tarot with the help of birth dates, coupled with the belief systems and the values, coupled with the way they are communicating, whether they are using more of auditory, more of kinesthetic, more of visual and all. And then with, if I'm trying to look at the PMP concepts as well. So here I can, I have all sorts of tools, just like you have all those spices in the typical Indian spice box.
That's why we connect so well, because we have the tools of project management in the PMP way, globally certified. We have the tools of NLP to take care of the behavior. Then I give up the tools of yoga and Reiki on the spiritual path. You
Reiki is something again we connect on, because I'm also a Reiki practitioner myself.
So this is a very, very good combination. Why, after doing like working with the corporates in 30 years, I've been working there and in the training industry and other part of the corporates as a consultant. What do you think? Like how NLP, who all should be doing it and how it can be beneficial for them? Who all should, what do you think
I
from your point of view, who should be doing NLP?
So I believe the basic NLP should be done by almost everybody,
Yes.
because like I say, now if I have to go to project management, okay, we spoke a little bit about tarot, but now if I have to go to project management, I always tell all my students, whether it is in the apprenticeship program where I'm empaneled right now, or it could be the EMB students, that communication is a most important part in the project management. Of course, everything is important, but
Everything,
communication acts like a glue. It's like an adhesive which will bring about
yeah, I
a
remember
connection.
one thing. I remember one thing whenever there was always a question in PMP when we talk about, and we are going off the track, when we say, okay, as a project manager, what he should be, what is the one thing a good project manager should have, and that is communication. Because if you
Absolutely.
can communicate with your team, with your number of people, you then only whatever knowledge you have, if you can are not able to communicate, understand, you're not able to pass it on, right? So the communication with NLP is the best thing, because we teach, like we learn about how to communicate to self and how to communicate with others. So communication to self first, understand in 1 week what is communication to self, and in next week we teach about communication with others, how to read the
Others.
mind, and the
Correct.
third week we talk about, okay, what are the tools which I have to work on, both, self
Absolutely.
and
So, right since the very beginning, even at the fresher level, people should be taught about what you said about communication with yourself, because what is being said by someone in front and how do you perceive it? How do you receive that and how do you perceive that? That's also important, because most of the time we tell people, do not just go with the face values. Sometimes a person may just spring up from the chair and say something, but try to understand their perspectives also. So don't take it by heart. First of all, try to see, if are you getting scared because of the same style, because someone in the past spoke to you with that same
yes.
tone and that was bad.
So this is what
So
the language,
you
what
should not generalize. You
yeah.
need to remove that deletion,
These are
distortion and
the
generalization and
see,
all.
what we are talking is for our audience. What we are talking is in NLP, there are certain presuppositions which we
Absolutely.
discuss, and also we have the language which we teaches in Milton model or meta model, wherein we can break out, the things. And now new code has come. So new code, since I'm also a new code practitioner, so what we do is, we don't, first of all, the content we don't ask. NLP we don't ask the content, so it's a content
Content.
free. And now with the new code, what we are doing is, with the games and all, we are getting into that state, getting into that work which we want to do, rather than doing whole the process. So
Correct.
I think even you enjoyed the process, you did the practitioner level, and I'm sure everybody listening should understand that basic NLP is, I think it's a life changing course for students.
Basic NLP, I think even, it would be great if corporates can incorporate this in one of their leadership and learning and development programs, both for leadership as well as for freshers, because that is a game changer. And like I said, for project management, it's not just about, communication in the form of the meetings and the type of reports that you send, but it is also how you're able to connect with the minds of people rather than just at a superficial level, I think.
Yes, very good, very good. very rightly said, since we both are into PMP, we both are into NLP, so we understand that even I say that even though whenever we do a project management thing for 40 hours and details and all about stuff, what I think is to learn that project management also they should do the basics of NLP, so that they see behavior pattern. मिताक्षरा हर ऑफिस में हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ये है, सबको स्ट्रेस है, अपने पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, ऑफिशियल प्रॉब्लम्स हैं. If they are able to handle that through NLP very well, they will be a good team or a resource to the organization. So
Absolutely. And
if they can take care of their behaviors, their pattern, their body, their sensation, their mental health, they can be a good, very good resource. And that certified project manager will be much, much better than any normal one.
absolutely. And combine that with tarot. So people all always ask me, how are you combining tarot and NLP? The same question you asked me, and the management concept. So here is where uh, the working professionals, they want to grow in a certain way. Are they growing it with the, are they growing in the direction with their purpose, and are they aligned with the value system, or they are solely going according to the environment? That okay, I see a scope here, I want to develop my skills over here. No, beyond a certain point of time there are going to be clash between the skills that you have, accumulated, the behavior that you're displaying, and the values and belief systems that you hold. Now this particular issue is also applicable in your business owners as well.
Yeah.
A business owner, they have to be all rounders with respect to those six pillars. They have to be perfect in operations, they have to look after sales and marketing, they have to look at finance, the innovations management, general management. There's a lot on their head.
Yeah.
And sometimes when people come to me and say that, hey, I'm not getting the money, and or maybe people who have started after me or have gone beyond, have reached much of a high level, and I'm still stuck somewhere. So there is where tarot helps me to identify where is a mental block.
Yeah.
And
Very good
depending upon the
combination. I think this is
different types of personalities will have different types
yeah,
of mental blocks, and
tarot with
they can open up.
tarot with NLP with project management is a very good combination, and I wish you all the best, Mitakshara, for whatever you
Thank you
do.
so much.
I really love seeing you in my batches, and whenever you are there for practice sessions, which we do, and you are a very sincere person doing NLP and details, applying the process and tools on yourself and others as well. I wish you all the best, and thank you so much for joining. And thank you, Mitakshara.
Yes, Dimple, thank you so much. And thank you so much for making me a part of your talk show. And for all those people, Dimple is a very candid and a very nice person to talk to. She will just give you a lot of information that you need to learn. So, at least for the basics, do go to her. I endorse her. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mitakshara. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day, Dimple.
Yeah, you too. And
We'll catch
sometime
up again.
again, we will only talk about in detail of other specific one topic. Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. Bye. Thank you. Take care.